are probably wondering why I have big dreams in becoming a real estate agent, selling $1 million properties, podcast, X, Y, and Z. I'm sure you guys are a lot of curious, like, what made you want to do that? And honestly, my son, you guys, before I had my son, I was a fucking loser. I will admit that. I was a loser. I hated school in high school. I never went to high school. I hated reading. I hated homework. I never did my homework. I got kicked out of 4 different high schools, 3 different continuation schools, independent study. Like, I was bad. I was getting DUIs. I was bad. I was out here fighting men. Like, I was fighting people when I was pregnant. Like, the whole fucking 9. Like, I was really bad. But something just happened to me when I had my son. When I had my son, everything just fucking changed. Like, your mindset, everything changed. And at the time, we were living with my son's dad, and my son's dad was taking care of everything. Like, all of my bills, literally all of my bills, the apartment, literally everything. So then when me and his dad didn't work out, I was like, shit, I didn't have shit for myself, shit for me or for my son. So here I was leaving one situation and having to go back into a toxic, narcissistic, like really bad situation. And I just didn't want that for myself. I didn't want that for me or for my son. So I was like, man, I need to become something so I don't ever have to worry about depending on a man, or I have to worry about, I can't afford something or whatever the case is. So then I have to go back to one toxic relationship or another toxic family house or whatever the fucking case may be. I didn't want to do it anymore. And I've always had like a thought ever since I was little. I always knew I was going to be someone fucking big. At the time, I thought I was going to be a singer and actress until I recorded myself and heard exactly how the fuck I sounded. I was like, all right, God, maybe that's not for me. But every time I would like watch like Grammys or whatever the case is and hearing people's stories when they're getting the awards, and I would always cry. Like, I always felt it inside. I always knew that when I grow up, I'm going to be someone fucking big. And I've always knew that. I've always had that in my brain, in the back of my mind, every single day. I'm always like, it's always been in my brain since I was a kid. And those are people that are fucking usually gifted as shit. I'm the black sheep of my family. I don't really fuck with my family like that. My family don't fuck with me like that. So then I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna be a fucking realtor. Like, I'm gonna make bank, I'm gonna make bread, I'm gonna call $1 million properties, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I have to do to make my dreams come true. So me and my kid can live comfortably. So we can do whatever the fuck we wanna do, go wherever the fuck we wanna go. I'm not saying like I grew up like poor or anything like that. I've always like had everything I needed in life and stuff like that. But when it came to me, it's like, not when it came to me, like my parents treated me any type of different way, but I got tired of only having like a $20 allowance when I was, and I could only do this, and my friends were able to do this, and they're giving each other like great gifts, and they're going here and they're going there, and I couldn't do a lot because my parents are too strict. If you have a Hispanic or Mexican household, they're fucking strict as fuck. And I was the only girl growing up. I had all boy cousins that were older than me, so literally I was the only girl. So they were very strict with me. And at the time, it was like, okay, well, you're gonna ground me, then that's fine. I'll just go bullshit upstairs and do whatever the fuck I want to do, And it was really bad. And then I dated some guy in the past, and his parents are like really, really wealthy La Habra realtors in back then, and they always would try to like put me on, and I'm like, I don't want to do that, I don't want to do that. Like, and then when I had my kid, it was like, fuck, that's exactly what I want to be. So it was kind of like a trip, like how that shit was already like introduced to me back then, and I was like always questioning why am I in this position? Like, why was I so like God telling me to like talk to these people and this, and here I am years later figuring out, oh, that's gonna be my fucking future right there. Man, like I tell you guys, I struggled so bad in fucking school. I have very, very severe ADHD. So severe that when I went to go to an ADHD clinic to get like medication for it, they had to call me back to take the test again because they're like, they didn't believe that I was like so fucked up. And I'm like, how are you gonna fucking have me come back and take a retake? I'm fucked up, like that's where I'm at. So it was really challenging for me. And at the time, me and my kid lived on our own out here. I was working 3 jobs and trying to study and trying to be a mom and living with mom guilt because I felt so bad. I was never able to see my kid, and that's my first baby, I didn't give up. I fucking took me 2 years to get my license. $75 every time you had to take the test. So it's like $100 trip every time because, gas and stuff. It was not close to my house. And I had to take the test like 25 fucking times. You guys, I literally did everything I could. I tried to cheat towards the last like fucking 20. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna, because they check you. You have to take your socks off, your shoes off. You have to roll your pants up, pull your arms up. They literally check you. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put it on like my above shin part or my upper leg area. You ain't gonna tell me to pull my pants down. So that's exactly what I did. And I think God just wanted me to really just like lock in and really do this for myself, because every single time I did that, I probably did that 2 times, and every time I did that, everything that I marked on my leg, I never got tested on it. I was like, what the fuck? And then I was like, I'm not going to do the math part. There's 28 sections in that you had to memorize. I was like, I'm just not going to do the math part. You guys, I've gotten tutors. I spent like $1,700 on a fucking tutor to help me. I have the Arizona real estate exam book. Like, I literally did everything. Flashcard. I was doing everything that I fucking could. And I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to ignore the math part and not do the fucking math part. No, because God didn't want me to do it like that. I think literally God wanted me to do shit right this fucking time. So God wasn't having it. I had to learn the fucking math. I was struggling. I was crying through it. I was tripping. I was like, it's not gonna happen. I was literally so depressed, you guys. Like, every time I would fail it, I would go and like, fuck, I got this. And then I would leave. And there was one time I was so fucking sad. Like, I was depressed. I was a mess. I was crying to my parents. Like, this is not gonna happen. Like, I have big dreams in this. Like, why isn't this working? Like, it was depressing for me because I wanted it so fucking much for me and my son. But I learned everything. I fucking learned the math. And one day I went in and I was 1 fucking point away. And that was like, what the fuck? Just give it to me. No, God didn't do that. So after that time, I went back, and there's so many different versions of the test. I went back, failed it probably like 6, many more times after that, and I was very like, fuck, man, like, what the fuck, you know? And it would take me like 4 hours to take the test. And then one day I went in, and I came out, and I was like, you know, I didn't even want to look at my test yet. I was like, all right, let's just see where I went up a little bit. Man, I went in my car, I looked at my test, and like, oh, you guys, I was fucking shocked as fuck. Like, I've never been so happy. I've never felt so accomplished. I never felt so proud of myself in my fucking life. Like, 20 fucking 8 attempts later with taking the test, like 2 years of doing a 90-hour course. Like, I did it for my baby, and I'm like, hey, ain't nothing stopping me now, you know, nothing fucking stopping. I just want to be able to live comfortably with me and my son, you know, like, I don't care who's in it, who's not in it. Like, as long as I can just give my baby the life that he deserves and I deserve, and we can just move happily and peacefully together, like, I'm rich, you know, like, I can't be any more rich than that. So, like I said, things will happen for me. I just need to be really more consistent with it and go for it, because God already has me here. I'm already halfway there, you know. I just got to put a little bit more effort in, and then I'll make all my fucking dreams come true. I'll be able to do my podcast. Like, I've done it before and stuff like that, but it's just so much editing, so much this and that. Like, I'm like, you know what, that time will come. Like, let's focus on real estate shit right now, and then, you know, when we move out and we're able to have our own podcast room, like, let's fucking grind at that too. But I'm telling you, I'm gonna fucking hit every fucking dream that I've ever had for my son, and thank you, God, for my son, because if it wasn't for that little boy, man, like, I'd probably be fucking way worse than I was, or who knows where the fuck I'd be. Like, my son is like, I owe that little boy fucking more than life itself. Like, he saved me from fucking so much shit. Like, because of him, like, I left relationship. I didn't want him normalizing shit. I didn't want to be stuck in things. I even cut off family because I didn't want him thinking, like, just because your family doesn't mean that. I feel like people that are in family, they use the family card as an excuse to treat you like shit, and I didn't want that for my son. Like, I literally cut off everything. Like, all my ways fucking changed because of that little boy. So I'm very blessed. I'm very thankful, you know, like I say all the time, like, good things are still coming. Yeah, I'm not where I want to be, but I don't give up, you know. I fucking don't. I could be a mess right now, a mess in 2 hours, but I always fucking pick myself back up, because at the end of the day, I've only had myself, and I'll only have myself. And people don't understand, it's like, no one's gonna take care of you like you. No one's gonna be there for you when you're going through hard times like you. No one's gonna fucking understand, and it's not anybody's job to understand. Like, as long as you're straight with yourself and you're solid with yourself and you do shit right, shit will fucking happen. So that's where I'm at. That's a little bit of my background. So I'm an Arizona realtor now, gonna be doing $1 million properties soon, and I'm going big, or I'm going home, and I'm not going home. So